Hey guys, so we're overdue for another collective thrift haul. These are the videos where I show you guys everything I've been thrifting recently that has not been part of my other videos, so a little bit behind the scenes of what I've been picking up. So I believe I have 10 different items to show you guys this time. Lots of great vintage pieces, so you definitely want to stay tuned. But this time around, I don't even know how this happened. Everything I've been thrifting recently has been black. So I'm gonna coin this as my very emo thrift haul because I don't know why I've just been gravitating towards the color black so much lately. I do wear a lot of black and I thrift a lot of black, but I didn't think it would be so exclusive lately. Okay, it's not completely black. I do have a few denim pieces to show you at the end of this video, so that's gonna kind of be the little treat at the end. But let's just get into it. We're not gonna dilly-dally. I'm just gonna show you some cool shit. I'm going to show you the tags, the beautiful vintage tags, and yeah. In this haul, I've basically exclusively thrifted tank tops and skirts. There's going to be a lot of that if you're into it. And I think we're going to start off with my favorite piece out of the whole haul. Favorite in the way that I just know I'm going to wear this a lot. And it is this tank top right here. This is this beautiful black tank top. There's not much to it except it has this really nice like high cut neck with this kind of like cowl neck detail to it. So it's like a little bit looser at the collar. Absolutely love how the straps kind of like taper into this almost a V shape, and the length is just perfect. Like it's long enough to wear with like lower rise pants or shorts, but it's tight enough and like made from that material where you can kind of like shimmy it up and turn it into a little crop top. So I am obsessed with this top. Like I think this is definition of an elevated basic. Like this is just, you know, a simple black tank top, but just the cut of it is so good. Like I've already worn it. I know I'm gonna wear it all summer long when I want something just a little bit nicer, you know? This is from the brand Costa Blanca. It's vintage, made in USA, true vintage, and it's actually not the only Costa Blanca top I thrifted in this haul, funnily enough. Even though I've never thrifted that brand before, I found two pieces. So next up, like I mentioned, is our second Costa Blanca top, this time in white. So not black, but not exactly a color either. But this is just this super cute white tank top. What I really love about it is it has these really like skinny spaghetti straps that are kind of spaced out a little further than typical on a tank top. And then it just has this really nice like square straight across neckline. The other like main cute detail about it is it has this little cinching detail on the side. So it kind of gives it a little bit of like an asymmetrical feel. And like I feel like, you know, this like cinching in was kind of really popular a few years ago, but this is like the blueprint. Like this is the original vintage Y2K cinched tank. Once again, it has that vintage Costa Blanca tag, and I'm really excited to wear this because I don't wear a lot of white, especially tank tops. For some reason I just hate how they look on me, but this one in particular, I really like the cut and I feel like I actually will wear it. So that is very exciting. Pretty sure this one was only like $3 to $4, something like that. So great deal. Next up, once again, you guessed it, a black tank top. This time in a bit of a different cut. We've got a really high like scooped neckline with buttons running down the front, and what I really liked about this top and what made it unique was this cute little peplum style at the bottom with a little tie. It even has like a little bit of a lacy trim on the bottom, so I just thought that was so cute. It definitely feels like a little bit more of a modest cut. Like I feel like I'd probably maybe wear it with a few buttons undone. Like even though I love a high neck, it's kind of not working for me in this top, but I still think it's really cute. I feel like it'll have a time and a place to style. And the main reason I got it was because, of course, it is vintage. I'm not sure the brand. It doesn't actually have a brand at all, but it does have this really cool old vintage tag. So I had to buy it, and I don't think this shirt was more than like $5. So fun little score. Next up, I feel like it's gonna be so repetitive, but we have another black tank top. I swear all of these are actually really unique from each other, and it's worth the watch because next up we have this cute little asymmetrical tank top. So it's just a plain black tank top, but on one side we have not one but two little straps, and on the other it's just strapless. So very cute. Once again, just elevated basics, you know? And I'm kind of on like an asymmetrical trend right now, considering I just made an asymmetrical top as well. So very fitting. This one isn't actually vintage. It's from the brand Sundry, or Sundry. I don't know. I've never really heard of this brand before. But what caught my eye is it's actually made in USA, and it's actually a really nice cotton material, which is honestly rare to find these days. So when I looked up the brand, it's actually just like a really high quality USA made modern brand, and these tank tops alone go for like $80 online. So this was such a good steal considering I got it for like $3. Okay, we're almost getting through the tank tops, but the next one I have to show you is this one. Once again, a black tank top, this time with a little bit higher neck cut and more of a cropped feel. But what I really liked about this one and what made it unique is the material. It's more of like a thicker material, almost feels like a sweatshirt. Also a bit of a looser fit, and then at the bottom it kind of just has this waistband detail that once again makes it have that like sweater kind of feel. And then it just has the cutest little logo on the bottom here with a star, and the brand is called Enough. So unfortunately the tag was cut out, but I can almost guarantee that this piece was vintage just because of how high quality it is. And once again, this one is so simple, but I just know I'm gonna get so much wear out of it this summer. Now this one was pricey. I think it was like $6 or $7, something ridiculous like that, but I did have a coupon. If I spent $10 I got 5 off, so basically was a 50% off coupon, so that's how I justified it. And then moving on to the last tank top, which I hate to say this is not even thrifted or vintage, but I guess it's still secondhand. I'll explain it in a second, but it is this tank top right here. It's really cute. It's like this black tank top with this white trim detail, so it kind of looks like you're wearing a little white tank top underneath, not only on the bottom trim but also in this little like halter style straps up top. And I have to admit, like, this tank top is so cute. It's totally my style. I really like it. But basically the story with this one is that my mom was doing some online fast fashion shopping and she ordered this. She didn't like the fit of it, so she gave it to me, and I really try to discourage my friends and family from shopping fast fashion, especially these like really shitty online brands. Like, there isn't even the brand tag in here. That's how you know it's so cheap. Like, there's loose threads here. Like, the quality is just so bad. But, you know, instead of this just like going to a thrift store, it might as well just go directly to someone who will actually wear it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And like, you guys let me know your tips on like how to get your friends and family to stop shopping fast fashion. It just sucks because I know there's so many clothes at the thrift store. Like, we don't need to be doing this. But anyways, I have to admit I'm glad this landed in my hands because I actually had a very similar tank top that was vintage. It actually just didn't fit me properly. So this is kind of filling the void for me. Okay, that was all the tank tops. So now we're going to move on to skirts. I only have a few skirts to show you guys. And this is the first one. This is just this really beautiful long black maxi skirt. It's just got like a stretch elastic waistband, and it's made from this really like kind of more thin flowy material, still really high quality though. And then we just got some really high cut slits on either side of it. I was getting a lot of outfit inspo from TikTok, and I realized I was missing just a basic long black maxi skirt in my collection. So when I found this one at the thrift store, I had to snatch it up, especially because it is vintage Le Chateau, one of my favorite brands to thrift, made in Canada. It was a tad big for me, but that's okay. I just kind of took it in at the sides. Now it fits perfectly. And yeah, I'm very happy that I found this one. Just like a good basic piece to have. I can't remember how much it was, probably like around $5. Speaking of Le Chateau skirts, we have yet another one. This time still black, but this time we got a little pattern to it, this plaid pattern here. So this is just this nice midi length skirt in this black and gray plaid pattern. It's more of like a mid-rise fitting skirt, but what's really unique about it is it's almost like got this patchwork detail to it. It kind of consists of a few different panels that are sewn together, which I think is super cool. It also gives it more of like a flowy cut to it. I'm kind of obsessed with the way I styled it with the tall boots. I just think that's like the perfect way to style these like flowy midi skirts. It just looks so good. This is definitely more of a fall winter piece, not summer, which is what we're going into, but I just couldn't pass it up. And like I said, it is from Le Chateau, made in Canada. Such a good find. It's been so long, I don't remember how much this was, but probably once again around $5. And then lastly, the last skirt I thrifted is this one. It's honestly really similar to the first skirt I showed you with a few differences. So this one's made of a little bit more of a structured material, so it's not as flowy, and it's in a bit of a cargo style. So we actually have some kind of like outlined cargo pockets in the front, a little drawstring waistband, and once again those slits on the sides, this time just not so high cut. And even though it is pretty similar to the first one, I feel like the fit and style is just like very, very different. It feels a little bit more casual. I don't know. The drawstring also allows it to have a high-waisted fit if you want to cinch it in, or a lower-waisted fit if you kind of just want to leave it loose. So I just thought this was very versatile. This is from the brand Smart Set. Of course, vintage, made in Canada. The only thing about this one is it was kind of expensive. I think it was around $8. So honestly, I probably could have done without it considering everything else I found in this haul, but we'll keep it in my wardrobe for now and see how much wear I actually get out of it. We made it through all of the black emo items, so I can finally reward you guys with a little treat at the end, including one of my absolute favorite things to thrift, which are overalls. So I ended up finding these overalls. They're just in this really nice like light wash blue. I know it's not like the most popular style right now, but it does feel very like 90s vibes. They're in a carpenter style, so we got some really fun pockets on the front and then the back of the leg. I love how long and like wider the leg is. That's totally what I'm into these days. And then it just has a really cute little patch on the back there. And these are from the vintage brand Stone Jeans. I'm very happy with them, especially because I've had problems with overalls in the past where they don't quite fit me right, but these are definitely my size. Like, they fit good. The only issue I do have with them is the pockets in the front here. For some reason, they decided to design these with a classic jean pocket that kind of has, you know, the rounded edge to it, whereas overalls typically have a slanted pocket that's just like straight across. So I feel like this is really throwing me off because it's just kind of making the bottom half look like jeans, especially with the belt loops. So if these didn't have that, I feel like they would have been absolutely perfect because, I don't know, I feel like it's just kind of giving my waist area a weird shape. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Honestly, overalls are so hard because there's so much to them. If they don't fit right in like one little area, it kind of throws the whole thing off. So you guys let me know if I'm crazy or that bothers you too. Either way, I'm really glad I found these. Like I said, these are like my favorite thing to find in the thrift store. I was so excited to see them. So now I have 3 pairs in my collection. Plus they were only listed at $9.99. Like, I'm always so shocked when overalls are listed so cheap because they're so much more than a jean, and jeans are usually priced more than that. So, and then the very last item I'm going to show you is probably the most special and probably my actual favorite out of the whole haul, and it is this jacket. So this jacket, I actually didn't technically thrift. I found it in an old suitcase in my parents' house, and I'm pretty sure this was actually my dad's jacket from like the 80s, which makes it so special, and I'm almost like too afraid to say that out loud because I feel like he's gonna steal it back from me. But I feel like this jacket was meant for me. First of all, it's a vintage Levi's jacket. I've just never seen a Levi's jacket with such unique details to it. So first of all, the most obvious is this really nice real leather collar. Like, I just love that detail that it adds to it. Secondly is the shape. Like, I feel like it has this really good oversized shape, but it kind of billows out and still has a bit of a crop to it, which I love. At the back, we have more of this Western style where it kind of has this V to the yoke right here, which I think is so special. And then I've never seen this in a Levi's jean jacket before, but on the inside, it actually has an inside pocket that just kind of looks like, you know, a classic denim patch pocket. Like, I feel like they spared no details on this jacket, and I'm just obsessed with it. I've already worn it so much. It's been my new go-to denim jacket. I love the lighter wash. Like, I just think it's perfect in every way. So I'm so excited to have found it. Of course, it is vintage, made in Canada. And yeah, I just can't believe this was sitting in my house for years and years and I had no idea it was there. So yeah, this is definitely the most special item out of the haul, and I'm definitely gonna treasure this like for the rest of my life. So that is my whole collective thrift haul for this time around. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too boring with all the repetitive colored items, but I think I found some really good elevated basics for summer. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.